Hi, everyone. Well, it's that time. You know what it is. Got to show you what's in the pack. 3 weeks away, and I have this down 10 pounds. Yep, 10 pounds. So, what I want to do today is I want to show you as I unpack what's in it, why it's there, what maybe isn't in there, and what I'm going to wear on the plane. Now, on this trip, we are going to be flying into Paris for a few days, spend a few days in Paris, then go down to Saint-Jean, walk the Camino. We have about a 50-day itinerary planned for that. Then we're going to be going to Porto for a week. So we have a lot going on for this trip, but 10 pounds. All right, let's show you what's in here. First, I'm only 5'3", okay, and I have a very short torso. So I went to REI, our local sporting goods store in Indianapolis, and I had them professionally fit me for a pack. And I've actually got two. I have a larger one that I used on the north. But for this one, I'm just using the Osprey 24 liter. And they were able to fit me. They adjusted everything so it fits my torso. And I highly recommend that you go to your local sporting goods store and tell the people there, the experts, what you're going to do, have them fit you. They actually loaded it with sandbags, basically, and showed me how it would feel with a certain weight. And that was important. So I have a really nice pack. The Osprey comes with a rain guard underneath. So I have my little rain poncho for the pack, and that's ready to go. So the first thing is I'm looking at accessibility. What am I going to need while I'm walking? Okay. First thing, probably going to need my purse with all my IDs and things. Now, when I'm walking around, this has the RFI protection, ballistic material so you can't slice it. And I can have my credit cards, my Pilgrim passport will be in here. Everything I need, very light, very, very small. It goes cross shoulder. And I'll be using this when we're in town. I won't be wearing it cross shoulder as we're walking. It'll just stay tucked right here. Okay, so that's kind of nice, easy, and convenient. Then, right here in the front pouch, I use these little dry bags, and I love them. And I do label them so I remember what they're for. And I have all my little electronics, my little cords, my charging cables, all right? And one thing in particular that I found that's really easy to use is this little charger here. This is for Europe, okay? And it has two USB places and C's. So I can charge up to 4 different devices, easy peasy. I also will be taking one of these, the same thing, but for US, because I learned the hard way, you have layovers. And sometimes those layovers can be 6 to 8 hours, just depends on what's happening. And one time I was not able to charge my phone and my iPad and everything else I had with me on that trip. But thankfully I was able to talk with the Sky Club people, and they loaned me a charger for while I was there. So make sure you have one both for Europe and the US, depending on the length of your trip. Other than the little charging cables, the other thing I have in here is a rush charger. Now, full disclosure, this video is not sponsored by anything. I don't do affiliate links or any of that. I feel you should choose what fits you. But I like this little Rush charger, ultra lightweight, and it has various little charging ports. This I will use during the walk if I find the need to charge my phone until I get to the hostel or the hotel in the evening, all right? It's important that I have access to my phone for the maps and for information, you know, WhatsApp, those sorts of things. So always have a nice backup. In the past, I used a solar bank, a power bank, and that was really heavy. That was a pound. Don't need that extra pound, okay? So that's that. Now here in the front, I have a nice zipper compartment, and I do have a spare pair of glasses just in case something happens to these. These also are my sunglasses. They change. So important to have a backup, I think. And I have a shopping bag, all right? When you go into the markets, to the stores, it's very nice if you have a little shopping bag. Also, coming back, if I've purchased anything extra, I can have this as a second item on the plane. No problem there. I have extra pilgrim passports. Yes, I could have bought them along the way, but I like having the same type. So I have a few extras, and maybe pilgrims need those while we're going. It's always nice if I can share and help other pilgrims. I do have my little, we had this in the other video about my electronics that I'm carrying. So I have my little microphone set up. I also have my earbuds. I won't use my earbuds while I walk. I think that's very dangerous to do because you can't hear cars, things like that. But I might use them on the plane, during layovers, or maybe even at night if I want to listen to some music. So that's what's in there. Now, when we get to the main part of the pack, the first thing I have, I call it my poop and pee kit. All right, don't laugh. I really believe in leaving no trace. And you know what? Accidents happen, and there are some long stretches on the Camino where a bathroom, a baño, may not be accessible. So what I have in here, I have a little coolie pee rag. This is very sanitary. Use it, you know, for number one. Easy peasy. I can rinse this out, wash it at night if need be. Then I also have some little paper bag or plastic bags and some toilet paper for number two, because again, don't want to leave any trace. Hopefully I won't need any of this, but better safe than sorry. I want to be a responsible pilgrim on the road, and it really doesn't weigh anything, okay? Next thing I have is a very, very small first aid kit. All I have in here are a few Band-Aids and one little blister thing. If I need anything else, I know I can buy it along the way. There are plenty of pharmacies, and heaven, I hope I don't need anything else. But again, having an extra Band-Aid if you fall or if somebody else does, you're prepared for that. Next thing is, I just have this little, again, a little bag here. I keep everything in dry bags, even though I have the cover on the pack. Extra security. I have been caught in some pretty big storms out on the Camino North. Everything stayed nice and dry, so I know these work. I have my little undies. I am taking two pair of socks. I am taking 2 extra pair of undies. I am a bit cold-natured, so I'm taking my hiking gloves just in case in the morning. I've been checking the temperature historically during mid-May when we're walking over the Pyrenees. Might need these. So I thought, well, better safe than sorry. So that's in this little bag. I have my toiletry kit. Now, I'm keeping everything really travel size as much as possible. And one of the neatest things that maybe you need, maybe you don't, all right? I personally like having a little teeny razor, all right? And this one is from Venus. I got it online. It has replaceable cartridges, which I know I can get in Spain. It has a nice little carrying case, and again, ultra light. But everything in here, including the toothbrush, is travel size, very lightweight. Oh, one other thing that I've learned is a soap that I can use, if needed, for my hair, my body, and my clothes. So, multi-purpose. Whatever you choose to do, I highly recommend it's multifunctional. Okay, that's important. I do have my Insta360. Okay, that'll be stored in my pack when I'm not using it. That goes in very handy. And then in this larger bag, I have my clothes. So, one pair of hiking shorts, one Patagonia, and I love Patagonia, sleeved shirt, okay, short sleeve. Then I have this Patagonia vest. This is very nice. This will give me an extra layer on top. Again, just in case I'm a little cool. In the mornings, I know it can be cool, so I have this little Patagonia vest, very, very lightweight, but it really is thermal. It's surprising for being as lightweight as it is. I have a short sleeve, or a sleeveless top, just like what I'm wearing here, just a different color. And this is from Colombia. It's a little dress. And you're thinking, well, why would you need that? Well, again, we're going to be in Paris and Porto part of the time. And, you know, in the evening, maybe if I don't want to wear shorts, if I just want to walk around town on a rest day, we are going to be in Burgos, Lyon, those sorts of things. Maybe I want something different. Very lightweight, and I can layer it. And I'll show you what I'm going to use if I want to layer it. That's all my clothes, other than what I'm going to be wearing on the plane. And I'll show you that here in a moment. So in addition, I do have my rain jacket. Again, this is Patagonia, and it is so lightweight, highly vented, very, very nice. And I've used ponchos in the past. And I found the ponchos, and you can see the videos. I'll post a link to the north, where you can see I'm in this orange poncho. Even on the last day, it was pouring down rain when I was coming into Santiago. And it's big and bulky, and it made me sweat. It didn't breathe well. Again, it was good that it covered my pack, but my pack came with a cover. So that was really overkill. I'm thinking that just this rain jacket and my pack cover and the fact that I have everything in dry bags will be sufficient. That's what's in my pack. Now, on the plane, we got a pair of undies. Some of you may know, or maybe you don't, I had breast cancer twice and I have lymphedema. So whenever I fly, I have to wear a compression sleeve. I should wear it more often, but definitely when I fly. So I have this little compression sleeve. I'm going to be flying in a pair of REI hiking pants. And these do convert to shorts. So this could be a second pair of shorts if needed. Again, lightweight, dries really fast. This is an REI button up the front, long sleeve shirt. Again, I can layer it, vented nicely. It can go over that cute little dress. I can tie it if I want little sleeves, things like that. So again, multi-purpose, multifunctional. I will also have my Camino hat with me. I might pop that into my backpack during the flight. And for my footwear, because you're probably saying, well, what about your footwear? I'm going to be wearing these Tiva hiking sandals. This is the Veram line. Love these. They are ultra light, excellent arch support. I've been training in these for the last few months. The sole on them is just incredible. Great traction, feel great. My toes are happy. I haven't had any issues with blisters. When I was in Arizona, I was hiking up some trails there. No problem. The only drawback with sandals, in all honesty, is occasionally you might get a little stone or something, but hey, you can take that out quite quickly. I would rather deal with that than blisters. If my feet get cold, I do have a couple pair of socks with me just in case. So that's it. Now, oh, and some compression socks for the flight. Again, very important on these long haul flights to take care of your legs. Grand total, the backpack, not counting what I'm wearing on the plane, okay, because you're always going to be wearing a set of clothes. So when I'm talking about what I'm actually going to be carrying, just under 10 pounds. One thing I did forget to tell you, my hydration. I'm going to be using the Catadine filter. Again, collapsible, fits in the side pocket. I've used the bladder that's part of my pack before. It's almost overkill, especially on the French, where I know there's going to be water supply periodically, unlike maybe on the north where I didn't have water for a long period of time. I think this will be fine. So I have that tucked in a side pocket. But we're just under 10 pounds. Awesome. When I walked the north, my pack was closer to 18, and it about killed me, all right? So when you're looking at what you're going to take, you make the decisions that are best for you for the time of year that you're going to be traveling, the length of your stay, what you plan to be doing. And just keep in mind that everybody's needs are different, all right? But try things out. And if it doesn't work on one Camino, when you go on your second or third, and you know you will, edit the bag, change some things out, try something different. The key is to have a wonderful and safe Camino. Until next time, buen Camino.